Coming up on AgweekTV, North Dakota farm groups back legislation to fund a proposed new Ag Products Development Center at NDSU.
Student athletes here at South Dakota State University are learning how to incorporate lean beef into their training diets through a partnership with the South Dakota Beef Industry Council.
And we'll get the latest updates on Farm Bill implementation. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Rose Dunn. USDA's Farm Service Agency is fully focused on implementing the 2018 Farm Bill, but is playing catch-up after the 35-day government shutdown. However, with the need for a farm safety net more critical than ever, they're working overtime to get the programs out. Michelle Rook has more.
USDA officials are optimistic about rolling out new farm programs. Despite the government shutdown, they had worked on draft language even before the Farm Bill was signed into law.
That'll just kind of scrunch up our timeline a little bit, compress it, but we should be in good shape from an implementation standpoint.
USDA will have less money to administer farm programs than with previous bills, although there are also fewer changes.
Congress has given us $15.5 million to implement this farm bill, which sounds like a lot of money, but the last farm bill we had, I'm told, $100 million.
Beam says the dairy program will be the first to be rolled out, with sign-up to start June 17th. And the new dairy margin coverage program is an improved safety net.
The premiums are going to change. The payment structure is going to change, as in you can increase the coverage with that.
The other modification is under the Ark County program. Payments will now be made based on RMA versus NAS yields. This won't fix all the disparities in payments from county to county,
but hopefully it gives us a more accurate reading of what's actually happening.
And he says by 2021, farmers will be able to annually choose between ARC and PLC. Rules are also being written for the CRP program, as the acreage cap will go from 24 to 27 million by 2023.
Some of that was prescriptive in the legislation, as far as the number of acres that would be devoted to continuous, the number of acres that would be devoted to grasslands. And other conservation programs like EQIP and CSP stayed status quo, as well as livestock disaster programs.
Farmers in the region are anxious for new farm programs with the continued pressure on commodity prices. Michelle talked with one North Dakota farm group leader.
Joining us is Randy Melvin. He is president of the North Dakota Corn Growers Association. You're also on the National Corn Growers Association, working right now on Farm Bill implementation. Get us up to date on some of the things we're going to see in terms of those changes on ARC and PLC.
You know, one of the things that did stress is the PLC yield update will not happen until 2020. So we're delaying that one, but with implementing that and getting some calculators out there for producers to make the best decision they can, you know, that's going to take a little time for producers to have that opportunity to, but also give us time to get our information figured out to make the right decision.
But ARC will be figured the yields on RMA data, right?
Yes, on RMA data, and that is one of the questions we asked USDA. You know, are we going to be having apples to apples comparison with RMA data for your benchmark and for your actual yield? And yes, they confirmed that we are going to have an apples to apples. Now, if you're in a county where they don't have enough RMA data, then yes, we'll go back to NAS data or the county committee. Any changes in crop insurance? There was no cuts to crop insurance, which we're very, very thankful for. And, you know, there may be a couple tweaks with research. You know, the one thing coming up that USDA is going to have to do is they're on a rotation of doing re-ratings for the crop insurance. So that is something that'll be taking place this summer, this fall. So, and with the low loss ratio years we've had the last few years, that should help the re-rating for corn.
Talk about some of the state issues that you're working on here with the legislature.
Yeah. The North Dakota corn growers, we've been really keying on. You know, there's a property rights bill we've been watching. There's a farmstead property tax bill right now that's going to kind of help clarify what non-farm and farm income is. Because right now in the North Dakota law is if you have $40,000 of off-farm income, you don't qualify. But the problem is with the tax changes that happened last year, if you go to trade a piece of farm equipment, combine, tractor, that counts as off-farm income, the value of that trade. So when that's technically a part of your farm. So there's some tweaks that do need to be done from the state legislature standpoint. So we're following that.
Thanks for joining us. That is Randy Melvin, who is president of the North Dakota Corn Growers Association.
USDA would see a 15% cut under President Trump's fiscal year 2020 budget announced this week. The president proposed cuts of $28 billion to crop insurance over 10 years through slashing premium subsidies. He wants $9 billion cut from conservation programs and elimination of CSP. His budget also reduces Army Corps programs that support inland waterways infrastructure, and it reduces the cap on adjusted gross income for Title I program payment recipients from $900,000 to $500,000. USDA and FDA have announced a formal agreement to regulate cell-cultured food products. Under the new joint regulatory framework, FDA will oversee cell collection, cell banks, and cell growth and differentiation. A transition in oversight to USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service will occur during the cell harvest stage. After that, FSIS will oversee the production and labeling of products derived from the cells of livestock and poultry. On Tuesday, the EPA released its long-awaited proposal to lift restrictions and allow year-round sales of E15. However, the ethanol industry is still skeptical EPA will make the June 1st deadline for the summer driving season, especially since the rule also contains RIN reform.
It would be a land speed record if they get this complicated rulemaking done in less than 90 days, and that's about all we have to June 1st.
And Jennings says if EPA continues to allow refinery waivers, it will negate the benefits of year-round E15 sales. EPA has scheduled a public hearing on the proposed rule for March 29th. No location has been released. NDSU is the home of some world-class ag research, but the building where much of it happens is aging. Ahead on AgweekTV, we'll tell you about a plan for a new research center. But first, we're celebrating National Ag Week with some of your pictures. We asked you to send in some of your favorite ag photos, and we got lots of great ones of what it's like to live and work on the land in all seasons. We'll be sharing more throughout the show.
Luckin Trucks and Parts sells quality used parts for all makes and models. With over 50 acres of trucks and parts and new inventory arriving daily. Family owned and operated since 1966, Luckin's specializes in the sale of quality used medium to heavy duty truck parts as well as pre-owned trucks, trailers, and construction equipment. If it's on a truck, we got it. Call us today and let us get you your part.
When you think about it, productivity starts at planting. So it's time to rethink how productive your planter can be. We did with the new Case IH 2000 Series Early Riser Planter. We rethought your row unit so it's tougher, more accurate. We rethought your meter, took the most precise technology, factory installed it. We rethought every inch of the Case IH Early Riser Planter to make it the most productive planter around. And if you think about it, that's exactly what you want.
Make sure your farm equipment is season ready with an uptime inspection from your Titan Machinery service professionals. Titan Machinery's team of Case IH factory-trained service technicians has the knowledge and experience to find, correct, and prevent mechanical issues that could shut you down during the season. Your planting and harvest windows are short. For genuine Case IH parts and service, schedule an off-season uptime inspection at Titan Machinery today. Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer.
Do you have a vested interest in land?
The upcoming Great Plains Land Expo is a must-attend event for landowners, developers, mineral interest owners, farm operators, and investors.
Join us on Wednesday, June 26 in Fargo as we hear from a variety of industry leaders speaking on topics relating to land, energy, and minerals.
You'll discover ways to capitalize on agriculture and energy opportunities and learn how to become a better steward of our natural resources.
Early bird rates are available, so register today at GreatPlainsLandExpo.com.
At Superior Grain Equipment, we're committed to quality and service, offering you the best in grain storage and dryers for any size operation. Our experts will work with you to determine the most efficient and economical storage solution for your needs. We help protect your bottom line and your future with the industry's best bins and warranties. Make the superior choice for protection today and tomorrow with Superior Grain Equipment.
North Dakota ag groups and NDSU officials are asking the state legislature to support a new ag research center on campus. Harris Hall has been the home to some world-class developments over the past 60 years, but it needs to be replaced. The plan is to move food sciences, plant sciences, the meat lab, and the Northern Crops Institute to a new, larger, and more modern building. Jenny Schlecht has more in our cover story from the Capitol.
It's our future. It needs updating. We need the facility to keep the cereal scientists going, the meats laboratory.
Farming has changed dramatically in the last 50 years, from genetics to precision ag. But unfortunately, the more than 60-year-old NDSU building that houses world-class ag research is showing its age.
The current problems in the building include the water. A lot of the labs don't have running water to them because the pipes are corroded and just plugged. A lot of the expensive analytical equipment we can't have in this building because we don't trust the power surges, and it just ruins the machines. Other issues, leaking roofs. And when you have leaking roofs and that falls into your equipment, it's not good.
NDSU's Vice President for Agricultural Affairs says investments in ag research have a great return, not just for students and researchers, but for everyone in the state. Greg Lardy says other projects on campus have already shown similar benefits.
This is going to do the same thing for our food science and cereal science and meat science programs. Really get students excited about those potential careers and studying those discipline areas, but also really help us attract and retain those scientists and teachers and faculty members that are so critical to making these programs successful.
The bill would allow the state to finance $64 million for the project, which includes the Ag Products Development Center and the Northern Crops Institute. $14 million would be raised privately for the projects.
We think it's a high priority to make sure that we have a modern, up-to-date facility that we can put our world-class scientists to work in.
The bill has passed the Senate, but the House must still vote on it. In Bismarck, this is Jenny Schlecht for Ag Week.
Jenny will have more on this in the next Ag Week magazine and on agweek.com. South Dakota farmers were looking at industrial hemp as a way to diversify in a down economy. But this week, the legislature failed to override the governor's veto on a bill to legalize production. The House passed an override on HB 1191. However, it failed in the Senate by a 20-13 vote, even though the bill's main sponsor felt they could work through the governor's concerns.
You know, with the rulemaking authority and the options she has, she can work through this, not have the issues, and then go, and we can bring this back in January and correct it if we have tweaks.
Senators in opposition say the state's not ready for the crop.
If we should choose to override the governor's veto, there are costs involved. And as of right now, in our negotiations where we are, according to the Senate, there's $0 there.
Noem says industrial hemp would open the door to legalize recreational marijuana. Lawmakers will bring the bill back next January. Ahead on AgweekTV, we'll see how the weather is taking a toll on some barns around the region. And we continue our celebration of National Ag Week with more of your farm photos.
How can one tillage tool handle most field conditions, residue types, and tillage practices? It takes a Renegade, the Summers VRT Renegade. Switch from vertical to aggressive tillage and anywhere in between. Adjust blade angles, tillage depth, and more on the go, all from an iPad. Get the tillage results you want, like only the Summers VRT Renegade can. For more information or a demo, contact your Summers dealer.
Upgrade your trailer to electric with the Rolltech electric system from AgriCover. Strong, flexible pivot arms and motor mount rotate and telescope, allowing the roll tube to rise and flex over heaped loads. The positive automatic lock is impossible to back off to control the flow of grain. This integrated system uses one wireless remote to operate up to 10 tarps and hoppers, keeping your driver out of the dust, rain, and harm's way. See the Rolltech system in action at an AgriCover dealer near you.
This is Dennis Beliski reminding you we do auctions and we do them well. You've built your operation with hard work, and when it's time to sell, all or part, you deserve the best. Details from repairs and preparation to promotion and settlements are not routine. Chances are you'll only do this once, so we'll tailor an auction just for you and get it done right. On-site at your farm or added to one of our highly successful Alaris Center auctions, we have the skill, reputation, and integrity to meet your needs with best-in-class commitment and quality service. Find us at resourceauction.com or call 701-757-4015.
Big Boy Toys.
Better beef, always. Join us for the Wolf Cattle Opportunity Sale on Tuesday, March 19th at our Sandy Ridge Ranch near Atkinson, Nebraska. This is your opportunity to buy some of the most efficient Limousine, Limflex, and Angus beef producing genetics in the industry. Attend our pre-sale seminar on Monday and view the entire offering of 410 bulls and 50 females on site for the sale on Tuesday, March 19th at our Sandy Ridge Ranch, Atkinson, Nebraska. For more information, go to wolfcattle.com.
All our snow this winter is taking a heavy toll on barns and other buildings around the region. This Frazee, Minnesota barn recently collapsed. The farm has about 150 head of cattle. Some were close to the barn when it collapsed, but the good news is none were inside. The farmers were planning to use it this calving season, but they've had to move their cattle to another barn.
Yeah, it was real stressful because right away you think, I got cows locked up, they're ready to calve here this week, and all of a sudden you gotta find out a new game plan.
The cattle barn at the Minnesota State Fair also collapsed this week due to heavy snow. How long will this endless winter last? Here's our agri-weather forecast.
Weather portion of Ag Week now, a sudden change in the weather pattern due to the polar vortex going back to its normal state. Nice strong ring around the pole. We're starting to see the weather pattern relax. Much warmer weather conditions throughout the Great Plains. Not much precipitation in the forecast for the next couple of weeks, and it is really starting to look like a nice slow start to spring in the northern plains. A little further south, parts of the Midwest have had a more rapid start to spring, and some warm temperatures have been getting up into Iowa. Jet stream this week, the northern jet, which is very weak right now and not a big deliverer because of the return to normal of the polar vortex, it's only delivering cool weather out of the north, and there's quite a surge of warmth coming up into the southeast. That jet will develop a bit of a ridge over the next few days, which is going to bring some warming. Rocky Mountains don't warm up too much, but the plains of Canada will, although there is snow on the ground, which will slow that down. Some milder temperatures. Might be a few days that get into the 60s and even near 70 as far north as Iowa over the course of this week, although that won't stay. It's really ending and melting away that snowpack rapidly up to about the latitude of Iowa. Further to the north, things are staying cool and the snow melt will progress fairly slowly, but there will be plenty of days of melting snow. Next week, similar pattern, except that there will be a bit of a change in the west as ridging starts to take place. It will remain cool just in the northern plains and very spring-like through the middle. As far as precipitation goes, pretty dry this week. Not much precip at all except in some of the mountains and the Pacific Northwest. And as we look ahead to the second week of the forecast, which is actually the last week of the month of March, the dry weather shifts east. Probably a few showers, thunderstorms in the Midwest and central part of the country. The snows will be confined to the mountains, and a few areas of the Southwest will get a little rain. The northern plains mostly looking to stay pretty dry.
Farmers take pride in growing safe, affordable, nutritious food. And since over 90% of U.S. farms are family or individually owned, keeping land and animals healthy makes sense for all of us. If you have questions about the food you eat, talk to the people who grow it. North Dakota farmers and ranchers are your best source for reliable facts on food and farming. Visit findourcommonground.com and become part of the food conversation today. Brought to you by the North Dakota Soybean Checkoff.
Steffes Group, selling land and the equipment to farm it since 1960. If you're interested in selling or have questions about our auction process, head to our website at steffesgroup.com to contact us at any one of our 4 locations located throughout the Midwest. You can also visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel to view all of our auction previews and recaps to stay up to date on the market in your area.
Field Drainage Inc. has perfected the art of agricultural drainage by helping hundreds of farmers since 1978. We are a second-generation family-owned business for over 35 years. The Field Drainage Inc. team will work closely with you to conduct a thorough analysis of your needs and expectations, provide an estimate that fits your budget, perform all work in a timely and professional manner, and provide continued service after installation. Field Drainage Inc., your trusted drain tile installation company for over 35 years.
Martinson Ag Risk Management offers a variety of crop marketing and crop insurance packages to our customers. With over 40 years of experience, our dedicated staff works hard to ensure you get the best advice on crop insurance, marketing, and risk management. Contact Randy or any of the staff at Martinson Ag Risk Management today at 701-205-4200 or visit us online at martinsonag.com.
When planting season comes around, time is precious and you don't have a moment to waste. This spring, keep your planters rolling with a user-friendly seed tender from North Star Ag. We have seed tenders for every sized operation from Meridian, Unverferth, and J&M. North Star Ag also sells a variety of Valmar spreaders, the leader in air boom delivery, and is a full-service Meridian hopper bin dealer. Visit NorthstarAg.com to see our complete new and used equipment inventory or give us a call.
The AgweekTV Ag Tech Minute is brought to you by Bushel.
Farming is very labor intensive, but finding enough help can be a problem. In this Ag Tech Minute, we learn about a new company working on an innovative solution to that problem.
Innovation just doesn't happen. Innovation happens when you see a problem. Sabanto is a farming as a service company that provides farming operations using autonomous equipment and other advanced technologies. We are using off-the-shelf computers, off-the-shelf software packages. We've retrofitted a tractor and shoehorned all that technology in that tractor to perform autonomous field operations. We are going from Texas to Canada and attempting to autonomously plant 10,000 acres this spring. We have a tractor, a planter, truck, trailer, and a support vehicle. Our main goal is to provide farming operations, low cost and low capital expenditure. I think 75% of land in 5 years will be autonomously farmed. We are going to be that company that person calls to perform farming operations on their land. And we'll show up at the drop of a hat and perform autonomous field operations.
Breaking into farming isn't easy, especially if you don't have an in. Agweek's Katie Pinky recently visited with Jenny Burgess on her family's journey into farming. Jenny and her husband Jeff, who's from Great Britain, live in Kansas. Their family had a farm machinery repair business. Through that, they crossed paths with a retired farmer who was looking for someone to take over his operation. He was impressed with their work ethic and ambition and gave them the opportunity to farm for a living.
What are some of the obstacles that you and your husband have had to overcome as first-generation farmers?
Well, I wouldn't say that we've overcome it yet, but the lack of cash on hand is a big problem.
You started with a small business, fixing farm equipment, so that helped you build the capital?
Yes. So we did have a couple years prior to that. We also had saved some money. The best quote I can have is how we started with a borrowed pickup and zero cash. Now we own that pickup and still have zero cash. So, but that's farming, isn't it?
For the millennial or the Gen Z, the ages 12 to 24, what advice do you have for them? They don't have a family connection. They weren't born into farming.
Finding that good team. You've got to find that good team and your family and your friends or whoever it is, your group of people that absolutely believe in you, takes anything of the naysayers that they say and just throws them out the window. Because our landlords are our biggest cheerleaders. I am absolutely amazed and I thank them every day for allowing us to farm and trusting us to farm their property for them.
You started out farming 300 acres, now farm 2,000 acres, not with shiny new equipment. What is some advice you have for just getting started in farming?
Have a skill that helps you in the numbers game. The amount of money we have saved in just fixing our own equipment, if you can fix it yourself, you are going to save time and you're going to save money. That's a skill that my husband has, and God love him. I've fired him several times, but he just keeps coming back.
Jenny Burgess, thanks for joining us.
Still ahead on AgweekTV, we'll see how high-quality protein is improving athletic performance. And we wrap up our celebration of Ag Week with more of your pictures.
Better beef always. Join us for the Wolf Cattle Opportunity Sale on Tuesday, March 19th at our Sandy Ridge Ranch near Atkinson, Nebraska. This is your opportunity to buy some of the most efficient Limousine, Limflex, and Angus beef producing genetics in the industry. Attend our pre-sale seminar on Monday and view the entire offering of 410 bulls and 50 females on site for the sale on Tuesday, March 19th at our Sandy Ridge Ranch, Atkinson, Nebraska. For more information, go to wolfcattle.com.
With the all-new GreenFit system from Reichhardt, plug and play is finally a reality when using John Deere AutoTrack guidance with existing new products like the Challenger 1000 series or all-new C-Series row gators from Butler Machinery. GreenFit is an authorized navigation interface that utilizes the existing John Deere AutoTrack guidance system to steer most Challenger tractors and sprayers. GreenFit eliminates the worry of learning and converting to a new steering system when buying an industry-leading Challenger from Butler Machinery. Learn more about GreenFit at butlermachinery.com.
Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? AgWeek magazine. Reaching over 70,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. AgWeek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted. AgWeek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
AgWeek is excited to bring you the AgWeek app with useful features and the latest news and information right at your fingertips. Get your AgWeek news, weather, and the latest episodes of AgweekTV. Plus, see real-time information on the futures market and view local cash bids for your crops. Stay updated and take AgWeek with you wherever you are. Download the AgWeek app today.
Research shows lean beef can be part of a healthy diet, and that is especially true for athletes. That's the message the South Dakota Beef Industry Council has been sharing with student athletes at South Dakota State University through a new partnership. Michelle Rook has more.
The program promotes how nutrition affects performance and how lean beef helps rebuild muscle.
Your body's constantly repairing itself from the hard training, so you need a good quality, complete protein, and beef is that good quality protein.
Speaker triathlete Kim Schwabenbauer says animal protein like beef is an ideal source for athletes.
So we get things like vitamin B12, things like iron, which is incredibly important for red blood cell formation and carrying enough oxygen.
Lean beef also provides about 25 grams of protein with fewer calories than many other foods.
Lean beef, we can do it in about a 3-ounce serving, and that's about 175 calories, so it doesn't blow that calorie budget.
And that proper nutrition is paying off in competition.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of AgWeek TV. Remember, for all your ag news, go to agweek.com or download the AgWeek app. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. We'll see you next week.